Hey y'all, this is all of Destiny. This makeup routine is just kind of my, let me just do a little bit, not too much, a little razzle dazzle. But saying that I'm gonna do a little bit kind of sometimes turns into, I'm gonna just do my brows, but now then I want to add in a little eyeliner, now I need a little concealer, how about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is more so my filming makeup, I want to take pictures makeup, just kind of my everyday kind of makeup routine. Everyday being defined as when I do put on makeup. If I include foundation, this is what that is. So I'm just taking my Wet n Wild Coverall primer. I am going to do my brows first. I do have an older brow routine on my channel if y'all want to check that out. It's still the same thing. I'm not going to cut it out too much, and I am going to still include that for you all here. If I was just doing my lazy day kind of makeup where I'm not even going to do foundation, then not concealer, the primer wouldn't go everywhere. Since I don't want this video to be too long now, I'm going to shut up and just kind of speed through the makeup process. Okay, so I did clean my skin and apply my moisturizer before beginning the video. I'm using my Ruby Kisses brow pencil in black brown to fill my brows in. Normally I use the dark brown, but I did grab the wrong one, so I'm just trying to finish it up. Normally after I go ahead and brush the brows out with the spoolie end, and then I apply the concealers and the mascara or the brow mascara, and then I set them with powder and everything, it just kind of blends. So after I got my brows filled in the way that I want them to look, I take my LA Girl Pro Concealer or Pro Conceal in Warm Honey. I like to use the Warm Honey up under my brow to clean up since it is a little lighter than my skin tone, just for kind of a highlight. And then along the top portion of my brow, I clean up with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn because that one is as close to my skin tone as possible, which is what I go for. The concealer step just pretty much helps to clean up the brow from me brushing it out with a spoolie, and it just helps it to look more crisp and sharp and like, ooh, yes. And I take the Fawn along that bottom portion just at the very beginning of my brow, that way it's not too highlighted with the Warm Honey, and I proceed to blend it out further using my cosmetic sponge. For the darker areas along my nose and any other darker areas around my mouth and on my face, I do go in with an orange corrector on the days when I choose to use a foundation. I just apply a very small amount of that. I blend it out first with my fingers, and then I proceed to blend it out even more with my cosmetic sponge. Taking my Absolute New York HD Flawless Foundation, mine is in the shade Almond. Gonna quickly mix that up since I haven't worn it in a while, and I'm just going to kind of dab on my face. Gonna blend it out with my cosmetic sponge. I'm not really aiming for full coverage here, just more so kind of evening out my own skin tone, since I'm aiming more so for a natural, everyday kind of makeup look. You can see the difference here on the side that I've applied the foundation compared to the side where I haven't applied it just yet. This is what my face looks like just with the foundation and the brows being done. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and kind of conceal up under my eyes. I'm using a light color to do this since the foundation kind of made my skin tone look just like one shade. I want to kind of bring back some of the things that we took away. So I'm applying that Warm Honey under my eyes, and I also bring a little bit on top of my nose to kind of shape that a little bit more, and then I go in with Fawn on my chin as well as my forehead since I don't want that to be too highlighted. Then I realized I forgot to do my eyes, so I had to go back and do that. I'm taking just this little LA Colors eyeshadow little palette, and then I just kind of go in with like these same 3 shades like all the time if I choose to do eyeshadow. Usually this is just it for me. I'm trying to get more into eyeshadow, but the only reason I do it if I do foundation and like everything is because I feel like my eyes get lost otherwise. So I went back in and blended everything out after that using my same damp cosmetic sponge. As far as blending out the concealers, I like to go in with the pointy side first, and then I flip it over and use the round side just to kind of blend it all together. That way you can't tell where the concealer ends and where it begins. So blend, blend, blend. That rhymes. Next up, I'm going to take the Ruby Kisses HD Gel Liner. I don't really do a wing all the time, but for when I do, which I kind of just started doing that, this is the one that I'll use. Most times, I'm really just like a pencil kind of girl because I really just like to tight line my eyes and I keep it pushing. But when I do eyeshadow, I feel like I kind of gotta make it pop just a little bit more, so yeah. Messed up my wing a little bit, but the pointy end of the sponge definitely helped me to fix that. So just in case y'all mess y'all eyeliner up like me, girl, grab the pointy end and just kind of swipe it at an angle and voila. Okay, going to set under my eyes. my chin and my forehead because my forehead tends to get a little shiny. I'm going to set that using the Ruby Kisses Set and Forget powder. I'm not sponsored by Ruby Kisses. I tend to just buy their products. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze to contour the hollows of my cheeks and to contour this nose, girl, because, oh, y'all saw the before. Then I remembered that I forgot to brush away the setting powder, so I'm just dusting that off. And I like to dip into the lightest shade of my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette to do that because it makes it a little more highlighted. Shout out to Lincoln in the background. Make sure y'all comment down below and say hello. Just blending my contour on my nose a little bit more and along the hollows of my cheeks. I don't really like to clean up under my contour for a more natural look just because I don't want it to be like pat out. Like, you see this contour? I take the Warm Honey and I go back in and just kind of tidy up my nose a little bit more just to make it a little more like oomph, girl, oomph. Then after that, I like to dip into the two darkest shades of my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just going to pretty much set the contour since it was like a cream. I want to set that with the powder, you know. And I didn't really put the concealer along my chin, but I do like to go ahead and bring that out even more so that my face is not like super round, which it already is anyway. I take a pressed powder and pretty much set everything else, and then I go in a circular motion around the contours and everything just to kind of make it all blend and it's not just kind of standing out as one random thing. And I also set my brows with that as well. Next up, I'm just going to take two mascaras. I like to use the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Lashes Mascara along with this one by Nika K, just from my local beauty supply store. I don't really prefer false lashes. It's just my preference to kind of just wear my own, I guess. Nothing against it. I just don't really do it. But yeah, I do like a whole bunch of coats of that. Since I don't do the false lashes, I gotta try to make my own pop, which is why I really don't do a lot with the eyeshadow as well, because I feel like if I'm going heavy with the eyeshadow, then I'm gonna just lose, you know, I'm gonna lose it if I don't have lashes. So yeah, just kind of setting my contour with those same shades that I used from earlier with the Kat Von D palette, and then I'm just going in with a little bit of highlighting, not too much because it's kind of just a natural type of look. And I'm also highlighting in my tear duct, along my brow bone, my cupid's bow, and along the highest point of my cheek. Ugh, that was so much to say. And all of the areas where you see me highlighting, that is the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer. I believe in golden. And the e.l.f. fan brush, I like to blend it out a little bit for a natural look using my sponge. And then I apply the Spritz to Fix Makeup Setting Spray and matte. Apply a little Burt's Bees chapstick, girl. And my favorite, MAC in the shade Pink Lemonade. Let everything kind of set. Fan, fan, fan. Let it dry, let it dry. And voila. As far as the makeup, when I do my makeup, I kind of go for more of just like a natural, effortless kind of everyday, fresh face. Not too dramatic. That's just my preference again as well. And yeah, most times when I'm about to film a video, or if I want to take pictures or something like that, but not really do too much makeup on a daily basis, then I'll just do a little bit of something like this. Any other relevant makeup tutorials that I've done on my channel, I will leave them in the cards above for you all to check those out, and also in the information bar down below. If you like this style of videos, then definitely give it a thumbs up so that I will know and I can do more videos like this for you all. The majority of the products that I did use is drugstore. I more so focus on like hair on my channel, but because of the lights and everything, sometimes it just helps to have a little put togetherness in your face, if you will. Other than that, girl, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Questions and comments, be sure to leave all of that down below. And as always, I thank you all so much for watching. Bye!